again, this is the early 80s, so information about what things.
When she went on WebMD to figure out what was going on.
That's what I said, yeah. And there are not a lot of resources available, so just did your best. Of course, by the time my brothers were 3 or 4 or 5, it was obvious that both of them had something wrong, that they were going to be special needs, and so what do you do with that? So they did reach out. They went to San Diego and talked with people, and there were a couple of diagnoses made that were not correct, of doing the best they can. But the prognosis for my brothers both was pretty dire. It was to be a lot of intense care for the rest of their life, for whatever life they would have left. And there was even fear of, these children just don't live that long.
Wow.
So yeah, that was the home that I grew up in. By the time I was basically almost a teenager when all this was happening.
And did that take a lot of your parents' attention away from you and Jill? And because they had their hands full with Zach and Jake.
Looking, I didn't feel that. I felt like we as a family came together to manage this dynamic, and it was like having two little Tasmanian devils. They would get into everything and eat anything, and we had my parents bought little animals like rabbits and chicks and ducks and stuff like that, and to help my brothers learn about life and how to take care and be gentle, and they were not gentle, and not a ton of those died of old age. But we had little chicks, and you'd watch Zach, kind of pet the chick, and then all of a sudden the chick's head would start poking at her softer. So there are lots of fun stories about that. It's a real trial having them, but I do feel like it did bring our family closer together in that regard.
Isn't that interesting how the trials that we have actually end up being the things that help us develop the most?
For sure. It's definitely a make or break thing, where a lot of couples that will have a special needs child, it can really bond you together, or be something that can take it apart. But fortunately, our home was built by my parents, who are amazing and awesome.